ballin', but I'm gonna keep ballin'. What's up, y'all? It's your girl MJ. Kind of made a plan to be uploading situations, spirituality. It's all kind of intertwined with my spirituality and kind of how I move her. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking to upload maybe like every Friday, hopefully. We'll record every Friday and upload like every Sunday or every other Sunday. You know, today we're gonna kind of talk about relationships, family ships, toxic ones and healthy ones, and which ones are good for you and which ones are kind of taking more out of you, which ones you want to hold on to and which ones you kind of will be okay with, you know, letting loose a little bit. And so that's what we're gonna kind of talk about today. Well, I'm gonna be talking about it and y'all just gonna listen. But yeah, let's get it. Like these toxic relationships can be in family, in romantic relationships, or just normal friendships. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. Sometimes you realize that, you know, not everybody is good for you. First, I'm gonna talk about the bad first, okay? Because I think it's really important to be able to navigate and determine which relationships and friendships, romantic relationships or regular friendships, and family like ships, you know what I'm saying? Being able to navigate which ones are like draining you and which ones are like uplifting you. There's a very big difference to the two, and sometimes, you know, we find ourselves in situations where it's like, oh, well, it's my mom, or oh, it's my dad, or oh, it's my cousin, like it's my auntie, like that's just kind of how they are, or it's just my uncle, you know, that's just kind of how he acts. He's always been like that. No, baby, that is toxic, okay? Please do not ever allow anybody to tell you like, oh, that's just how they are, like, you just kind of got to deal with it. Like, no, I don't. So I just, you know, I think it's very, very, very important, because like I said, the background that I kind of come from, it's a very loving, you know, family, and I love them to death. I would die for any of my family members. However, as I got older, I like, you know, I just kind of started to peep a little bit. So I kind of just needed to understand, and I heard, oh, that's just them. Well, if that's just them, why do I have to act accordingly? Like, why can't you look at me and be like, oh, that's you? Saying like, for some reason, the toxic people, they always seem to just be left alone. It's like the good people, the nice ones, we always got to kind of, you know, keep our head up or like walk on eggshells and things. And so I just wanted to clear the air and just let you know that do not change your ways for a toxic person. I don't care if it is your mother, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa. Listen, if they are toxic for you and they are bringing your energy down, it's not good, okay? You can either call them out on it and see how they, you know, react to it. And I'm not saying you got to be mean or malicious in any way. What I'm saying is just communicate with how they're treating you and how it's making you feel. And as long as you communicate with how it made you feel, now the ball is in their court. You know, I love referencing basketball. You feel me? Now it's up to you to see how they react with the knowledge of what you just shared with them. And so if they want to just say, oh, well, that's just me, like, you going to deal with it, then, you know, you act accordingly and you go this way. And chances are they going to call you again. Like I said, whether it's family, a friend, just a regular friendship, or a romantic relationship, like, they will call you because 9 times out of 10, it ain't you. Okay. So now I'm basically going to talk about the different signs and being able to tell if this is, you know, if they're like kind of draining you or if they, you feel me, are good for you. Sometimes sometimes people are just so toxic, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we get stuck in it because we feel like we need to. You don't need to be stuck in that, okay? So differentiate between a toxic relationship and a healthy one, okay? So here we go, baby. They'll try to like blame you for almost anything. For instance, if they are going through their own life circumstance, and so are you, they might look at you and blame you for making it seem like you're doing something to them to make them feel inadequate, lower than themselves, or feel like you know, a hierarchy, like you're above them. Not you. It's basically just a trait that narcissists and, you know, condescending people kind of carry, because they don't like to feel inferior or inferior, whatever, I don't care. They don't want to feel lower than you, and so it kind of adds toxin amongst the relationship, and it kind of severs it. Just pay attention to motherfuckers who say their life is like it's you, the reason they live in that way, basically. Like, what the fuck? Along with the blaming, they'll blame you but won't leave you alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like they'll just keep checking in, or they'll just keep making sure that, like, you guys are still good. And even though they're blaming you for the things that, you know, they said that you did, that's a toxic trait. If they are blaming you for something but refuse to fix the issue or you alone, I guess you could say that they'll just keep checking in like nothing kind of happens. The next one I would say would probably be like, have you ever been like, whether this is an event or a party or, you know, family party, a family gathering, a friend's party, or you just, you know, kicking it with somebody and someone else enters the room? For me, you feel me? Like in my last episode, I could feel energy. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes I can't be around it because it's so intense. Sometimes you'll be just chilling or whatever, whether you're by yourself reading or something, and like that toxic person, whatever it is, and, you know, in the family, you're in a relationship with them, or you guys are just friends and like roommates or whatever the case may be. Every time that person walks in a room, or any toxin really, because if you really pay attention, you don't need to know them. Like when they walk in your area, your vicinity, wherever you are, it just brings your energy low. You just feel uneasy. You don't know what to say anymore. You kind of want to speak up, but you don't want to say the wrong things because they're emotional and they blame you. Like walking on eggshells and pins and needles because you don't necessarily want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to do the wrong thing. That is a toxic environment. The sign of, you know, a toxic relationship, you'll find yourself always trying to mend things, trying to hold back from telling the truth of how you really feel because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to be blamed. You kind of don't want them to run away with the idea that it was you. Any truth you kind of withhold, and you withdraw from telling them what they're doing to you, what you see them doing to others, and it just becomes an endless cycle. Speak up, okay? Speak up. Don't let them motherfuckers tell you and take your voice away, baby. Mom, your dad, your uncle, your granny, your grandpa, your cousin. Say it, okay? If they are treating you wrong, if you are not doing anything wrong and they keep saying this, leave. You do not need to talk to them. Please just know that, okay? Protect your energy, baby. Walk away. Take it for what it is and speak up. Do not speak up. Double negative. Don't not speak up. Because then they win. Speak up and you walk away. Just trust me. They just feel like it's unfair that you get to live a radiating ass life and they're miserable. And so they're gonna try to make you seem like you're just this bad person. And if they have a huge pull on you, you'll start to believe it. When you do speak up and you tell them about themselves, they get so fucking mad. It's low-key funny as hell because they'll try to look at you and be like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I've had a few relationships like this in my family and in relationships and friendships. I had them in all motherfucking three. I'm just playing. But no, for real, I have. Please speak up because truth hurts. Either way, if you don't speak the truth out, it's going to hurt you. Either you tell them about what they doing and they act accordingly, or you act accordingly and walk away after telling them that, or you hold on to the truth and it's going to destroy you. You're going to know that it's not you. Look at all of their friendships and relationships and you're going to realize, like, damn, you really don't got nobody. You just start analyzing a little. You either want it to hurt them and then work on it, or you want it to hurt you and you ain't got to work on it. So with that being said, don't hold on to their truth because it is going to destroy you. You'll realize like you're the only positive one. Like they're positive to a T, but when something is wrong, like their whole life just kind of falls apart. And then it's like this. And you'll find yourself trying to be like, oh, well, maybe you could do this. Or maybe you just try to be a helper and you just try to, lend your helping hand or lend some advice. And they be getting mad at you. Sometimes it's so draining that you being the positive influence no longer even is successful because their negative energy is now rubbing off on you. Just get out of it. If you're a positive orb and you're a positive entity, so hard. There's a quote that I like to live by. Enthusiasm is very, very, very contagious, right? But the lack of enthusiasm is also contagious. If you carry a positive, aura, you notice that when you try to share it to others, it kind of backfires and you no longer carry it. That's probably not an energy circle you want to be in. Another sign that you're in a toxic, whatever. Find yourself like giving a lot. And I don't mean materials or money or whatever. Like sometimes, I find myself giving my ear. My advice. Sometimes it is money, and sometimes you'll find yourself always giving and giving and giving. As you start paying attention to the environment that you are in and you start analyzing it a little differently, you start realizing that you always giving and you ain't getting nothing. Realize that like not only are they taking like the 3D materials and the money and everything that they kind of define as happiness from you, they're also taking your energy because you're trying to help navigate through this negative situation that they may be going through. It's kind of like that picture, that image of two like people with a battery on their back. One of them is like charging up and the other one is just kind of standing there. When the one who needed the energy is done, he just unplugs it and he drains the other dude that he just took the energy from, and then he walks away. Us as givers, we need to learn to have boundaries because takers don't have any. And if you keep just offering, and answering that call and answering those text messages without setting those boundaries and letting them know what it is and what they're doing to you, it'll always just be very, very, very chaotic. And we don't want that. Sometimes the toxicity be in the jobs too, because I know some of y'all be dealing with toxic environments at the workplace. You know what I'm saying? Like them bosses that be narcissistic and all of that. Like, so I can't work no 9 to 5. Hell no. I love this entrepreneur stuff. Another, sign that you're kind of dealing with that. Find yourself like being in situations with them, arguments, just or whatever. Like something happens. And instead of fixing that or communicating with you like what's going on or how you guys, could come together and fix the issue at hand, they'll avoid you. And they won't call you. They won't check in. They will just kind of like you don't got feelings or something. If you just got into an argument or whatever and they walk away or they just stop texting you or you just don't hear from them. I got family members who kind of will only reach out to me when they want to reach out to me. And to me, that is very toxic because why can't you just respond when I reach out to you? Man, I don't know what you're doing. You're not wrong for reaching out and always sending that loving text or, always sending good vibes. Like, you're not wrong for doing that. I promise you're not wrong for doing that. To be more aware of those who want to communicate with you when they want to communicate with you. Those who just randomly pop up to check in to see if things are still good. Like, be mindful of your time and others' time, because if you know that it's just not really working, you know what I'm saying? What's the point of continuing that? And with family, it's different. Like, I'm dealing with myself, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times, this is what I'm referring to. I love my family to death, like I said at the beginning of this video. However, as I got older, I learned a lot about each individual, and myself included. Just be mindful that if something has transpired and you guys just have not talked, they are avoiding you. You'll find yourself receiving a lot of apologies, for like what they're doing to you, or like a very small, I'm understanding, like I fucked up, I shouldn't have done that. So you'll fall for it and you'll be like, oh my God, you understand. They understand what to say. when they apologize, make sure that it's backed up with fixed behavior. An apology without fixed behavior is nothing but lip service at this point. You do not need to sit there and listen to it. Wasting your time, they're wasting their time. Time is an illusion. They'll always need an explanation for what they did to you. And like they don't know what they're doing. Sometimes motherfuckers really don't know. Sometimes they really are dumb. You kind of can tell once you start understanding how someone's operating after you speak up. Sorry. You know when a motherfucker really needs explanation, like explaining of what they did when they fix it after you say it. But when a person constantly be like, what did I do? Well, I'm always doing something. They're just trying to manipulate your minds into thinking like you're causing issues when really it's them, and they just don't like that you're calling them out for it. To me, that's a bully, and to me, that's just toxic. And to me, I don't fuck with that shit. Like, toxic traits operate in all different areas in different relationships. It could be a coworker, you know what I'm saying, having toxic energy and just causing stress amongst your job when all you're there to do is make money. A family member who just kind of has it out for you for whatever reason. A partner, you know, like it's someone that, you know, you want it to work, but it just isn't working. Or it could just be a normal friendship. You guys just been so tight, and so it's kind of hard to let go of that. If it's toxic and it's draining you and you find yourself getting hurt, last episodes, like I was talking about, you choose which relationships you want to work on and get through. You can also tell which people in your life is really working on themselves. There are some, you know, family members who I absolutely adore, and I could see the progress that they're making in things after, you know, taking myself out of it and things like that. But because it could really hurt. It could add a lot of stress. It could add a lot of tears and just heartache, because you don't necessarily know what's going on in the heads of those around you who are constantly blaming you. I wanted to help you guys navigate through it and let you guys know that you're not alone. We all go through the same motherfucking shit. It's just we are so afraid to speak up on it because we don't want those toxic relationships to see it, or we don't want them to, you know, get the wrong impression or put a shoe on that doesn't even fit them. You feel me? The better over. Like, you need to speak up, and I'm here to do that for you guys. So as long as you live, nobody will ever be able to love you the way that you love yourself, and will never be able to amount to the love that God has for you. So just keep going, keep your chin up. You're amazing, okay? I'm probably gonna upload this on Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe, share the video, you don't gotta comment. I really don't care if you don't comment, because some of y'all be crazy. But yeah, protect your peace, okay, baby? I'm about to go walk Nala, and, you know, we're gonna get our day started. Okay, bye.